Hi everybody, Maurice Cooley here with Accelerated Tactical. We just finished a pretty cool project for the United States Navy and we'd like to show you more. Alright, so this build is based off of a Ford Transit T350 chassis. It's a 148 wheelbase with high roof jumbo series. And let's take a look at the I/O panel. So we've done some I/O here. We've given the customer HDMI in as well as network. And there's control here up and down for the mast. There's a light here that you're able to toggle between red and white light. And then this is an override system for our DTEC system, which we'll show you shortly. Here we have our high-NIT Skyview monitors. This is 32-inch monitor, and our monitor enclosure, which is able to pull down on the gas struts here, and it's lockable latches as well. Moving forward, up top we have an awning here. So unlike what we're using today, I'm being blinded here by the sun, this is an awning that's able to extend and retract, and it's motorized, and it has a manual feature as well. You can see here, and you'll notice this around the truck, is our FLIR 360-degree situational awareness cameras. So there's one on the curb side of the vehicle, there's one on the street side, and then forward and aft. And then those feed into a FLIR NVR, which is mounted in the rack that we'll show you soon. Down low here is our tactical bumper here with an integrated worn winch, as well as another 20-inch LED scene light bar here in the front. And you've got your Crosby shackles here for any pulling that you need to do with the vehicle. This is a really nice tactical bumper here up front. Up at the top, you see another one of our FLIR situational awareness cameras that I was describing. Just below that is a 40-inch LED scene light that you have up front as well. And here we have a 50-amp shore inlet. So the vehicle is able to plug in shore power. So if you're going to be running on site and you have the luxury of having a shore power supply, you're able to plug in right here up to 50 amps. And you can see our mast here. This is a 25-foot mast. Up at the top, we have a FLIR thermal camera. It also has a daytime optical camera, and those two cameras actually blend for an image that is unbelievable. All right, coming around the back end of the vehicle, non-slip ladder that we have here to access our roof deck. So the great thing about the roof deck is it runs from forward to aft. It's an aluminum box roof deck, and it serves a couple of purposes, right? If you need to get up and do maintenance on the vehicle, to any of the equipment that's up there, it gives you a foundation and a platform and a base to walk on the top of the vehicle. Instead of penetrating and mounting the equipment to the body and the skin and the rooftop of the actual vehicle, we mount it to the roof deck. So we limit the penetrations, which is good because over the years we know penetrations tend to leak. So you want to minimize the amount of leaks, you want to minimize the amount of penetrations you're placing into the actual skin and body of the vehicle. So that's our roof deck. Also on the back, there is the last situational awareness camera, and that's flanked by LED scene lights that you have illuminating the rear of the vehicle. We actually prefer to use dually specification on the trucks as well. This is great because you never know what you're going to face out in the world when you have to navigate the environment, right? So we've done a 2-inch lift kit on this truck, all-terrain tires, and we've got the dually package here. So you're all set to conquer the world. So we'll come up to the top here. This is a duplex 120 outlet, so you've got two individual 120 volt outlets here, AC. This is one, and you have one on the street side of the vehicle as well. All right, so this is my favorite part of the truck because this is the business end of the truck. We're gonna start with the rack elevation. This is what stores all of our equipment. It's like the central nervous system of this truck. So floor to ceiling, rack elevation. Starting at the top, we have our Cradlepoint R1900. This is a ruggedized modem, LTE modem. It'll do LTE as well as 5G. One cell modem, you can have up to 2 different SIM cards in it, but one modem active at a time. Coming down to, we have a 16-port network switch. So all of our devices that network into the truck, in and around the truck, at your workstations, at the external panel, It all comes back here to our network switch. Here's our FLIR NVR that I was telling you about earlier. So all of the situational awareness cameras around the truck, as well as the PTZ camera, all come back to the NVR, and you're able to do any monitoring you need to do here. This NVR is configured to record the moment that the rack receives power, and you'll be able to also remotely view the footage if you need to, all from the NVR here. So stepping down, we've got a 12 by 12 video matrix or video router. So what this does is it gives you 12 inputs and 12 outputs of SDI, which we convert around the truck in and out to HDMI for all of our prosumer and consumer equipment that we need to interface into the truck. So we'll see at our workstations here at the I/O, you'll have HDMI, you'll be able to plug in to get your laptop in or to get drone feeds in, etc. And then with this video router, you'll be able to route those inputs to any of the outputs around the truck, so any of the monitors around the truck. All right, so stepping down here, I talked briefly about our DTEC system up on the top of the mast. And the idea behind the DTEC system is that it is to inhibit the mast from driving up into the power lines. So there's a sensor on the top of the mast that detects high voltage electricity, and that sensor is paired and interfaced to this head unit here, which lets you know when the DTEC system is in a good state, when it's sensing high voltage above the mast, and any faults that may pop up, you'll be able to view that here. And then stepping down here, we have our inverter controls here. So that works with our lithium battery system that we have. And also coming down is our power distribution panel. So similar to a breaker panel that you find at your house, you're able to isolate different circuits around the truck. If you need to do some maintenance, or if you want to power the truck down, power it back on, that's all done from the power distribution panel here. Okay, so we have two primary workstations here. Workstation 1, Workstation 2. Both of them are situated in front of these 43-inch displays, and both of them have a duplicate I/O setup here. So one HDMI in, primary and secondary network connections here as well. Same at this workstation. And in the center, we've given them some more I/O here. So there's HDMI in, there's a PTZ controller for joystick for the FLIR PTZ camera on the top of the mast, and then some more network jacks for our primary and secondary networks. So one of the first things you may notice back here is that, well, we're missing a generator. This truck doesn't have a generator, but yet somehow, some way, it's able to run for 8 to 10 hours of runtime, right? Depending on the load. How do we do it? We do it with our MVPE lithium battery system, and that's the pack that you see here. Okay, and so this truck has this specific pack, but you know, we could do a smaller pack, we could do a larger pack. You could run upwards of 24 hours or less. It all depends on what you need for your operation. So if you look up at the top, there's also an inverter that's stored up there, and we have our mast column here, as well as our pneumatic compressor here that drives the mast. Okay. Coming over to the right, two flip-down storage shelves here. So the customer's able to store what they need to here for transport. And when it's out, they fold it back up. And they've got some space here on the floor area as well to transport. So one of the other great features about the MVPE system is, let's say you're on an extended operation and you're running 8 hours on battery. You're monitoring the battery on the inside, and so once that battery gets down to a low state, all you have to do is start the engine, and the alternators will recharge the battery in a pretty fast rate there. So we have many more exciting products that are coming down the pipe, so be sure to follow us on social media. The main channel you want to follow is Accelerated Tactical on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here.